Point coordination function. The point coordination function PCF is an optional access method that can be implemented in an infrastructure network. It is not in an ad hoc network. It is implemented on top of the DCF and is used mostly for time-sensitive transmission. PCF has a centralized, contention-free polling access method. The AP performs polling for stations that are capable of being polled. The stations are polled one after another, sending any data they have to the AP. To give priority to PCF over DCF, another set of interframe spaces has been defined. PIFS and SIFS. The SIFS is the same as that in DCF, but the PIFS is shorter than the DIFS. This means that if at the same time a station wants to use only DCF and an AP wants to use PCF, the AP has priority. Due to the priority of PCF over DCF, stations that only use DCF may not gain access to the medium. To prevent this, a repetition interval has been designed to cover both contention-free and contention-based traffic. The repetition interval, which is repeated continuously, starts with a special control frame called a beacon frame. When the stations hear the beacon frame, they start their NAV for the duration of the contention-free period of the repetition interval. During the repetition interval, the PC means point controller, can send a poll frame, receive data, send an ACK, receive an ACK, or do any combination of these. 802.11 uses piggybacking. You know very well about that piggybacking. Already we discussed in the previous classes. At the end of the connection free period, the PC sets a CF end frame to allow the contention based stations to use the medium. Fragmentation. The wireless environment is very noisy. A corrupt frame has to be retransmitted. The protocol therefore recommends fragmentation, the division of a large frame into smaller ones. It is more efficient to resend a small frame than a large one. Frame format. The MAC layer frame consists of 9 fields as shown in figure 7. First one, frame control FC. The FC field is 2 bytes long and defines the type of frame and some control information. Next, D field. D, in all frame types except one, this field defines the duration of the transmission that is used to set the value of NAY. In one control frame, this field defines the ID of the frame. Addresses field. There are 4 address fields, each 6 bytes long. The meaning of each address field depends on the value of the 2 DS and from DS subfields and will be discussed later in this chapter. Next field, sequence control. This field defines the sequence number of the frame to be used in flow control. Next field, frame body. Frame body. This field, which can be between 0 and 2312 to 2312 bytes, contains information based on the type and the subtype defined in the FC field. Last one, FCS. The FCS field is 4 bytes long and contains a CRC32 error detection sequence. Let us see frame types. A wireless LAN defined by IEEE 802.11 has 3 categories of frames: management frames, control frames, and data frames. Management frames are used for the initial communication between stations and access points. See, control frames. Control frames are used for accessing the channel and acknowledging frames. These control frames mainly are used for accessing the channel and acknowledging the frames. For control frames, the value of the type field is 01. The value of the subtype fields for frames, we will discuss that in the table 2. In this table 1, subfields in the FC field. In the FC field, you can see here FC field. This is FC field. In this FC field, there is subfields are there. These are all subfields in the FC field. These are all subfields. So those are subfields you can see here: field, version type, subtype, do 2DS, from DS, more flag, retry, PWR, MGT, more data, WEP, RSVD. So the explanation about this version, the current version is 0, and type of information management 00, control 01, or data 10, and subtype of each type you can see in the table 2, just now I shown you. And 2DS, defined later, from DS, defined later. More flag, when set to 1 means more fragments, retry. When set to 1 means retransmitted frame. PWR MGT, when set to 1 means station is in power management mode. More data, when set to 1 means station has more data to send. WEP, wide equivalent privacy, encryption implemented here. RSVD are reserved here. See, next to table 2 here, just look at the table 2, values of subfields in the control frames. See, the values of subfields in the control frames, frame controls, that you can see here. Subtype 1011 means request to send RTS. 1100 means clear to send CTS. 1101 means acknowledgement ACK. Addressing mechanism, IEEE 802.11 addressing mechanism specifies 4 cases defined by the value of the 2 flags in the FC field, to DS and from DS. Each flag can be either 0 or 1, resulting in 4 different situations. The interpretation of the 4 addresses, address 1 to address 4, in the MAC frame depends on the value of these flags that is shown in the figure 3, that is shown in the table 3. You can observe 2DS and from DS, address 1, address 2, address 3, address 4. You can see here. You just to go through this table couple of seconds. So after that you can understand easily. You must note that address 1 is always the address of the next device. Address 2 is always the address of the previous device. Address 3 is the address of the final destination station if it is not defined by address 1. Address 4 is the address of the original source station if it is not the same as address 2. Let us take case 1 here. 00 in this case, 2DS equal to 0 and from DS equal to 0. This means that the frame is not going to a distribution system 2DS equal to 0 and is not coming from a distribution system from DS equal to 0. The frame is going from one station in a BSS to another without passing through the distribution system. The ACK frame should be sent to the original sender. You just look at the addresses are shown, you just look at the screen that is shown on the figure, the addressing mechanism you can observe easily. Case 2, 01 in this case, 2DS equal to 0 and from DS equal to 1. This means that the frame is coming from a distribution system from DS equal to 1. The frame is coming from an AP and going to a station. The ACK should be sent to the AP. Note that address 3 contains the original sender of the frame in another BSS. You just look at case 3, 10 in this case, 2DS equal to 1 and from DS equal to 0. This means that the frame is going to a distribution system 2DS equal to 1. The frame is going from a station to an AP. The ACK is sent to the original station. The addresses are shown in figure 9. Note that address 3 contains the final destination of the frame. You just look at case 4, 11 in this case, 2DS equal to 1 and from DS equal to 1. This is a case in which the distribution system is also wireless. The frame is going from one AP to another AP in a wireless distribution system. We do not need to define addresses if the distribution system is a wired LAN because the frame in these cases has the format of wired LAN, hidden and exposed station problems. You just look at figure 10 that shows a hidden station problem. Hidden station problem, figure 10 shows an example of the hidden station problem. Station B has a transmission range shown by the left oval, sphere in space. Every station in this range can hear any signal transmitted by station B. Station C has a transmission range shown by the right oval, sphere in space. Every station located in this range can hear any signal transmitted by C. Station C is outside the transmission range of B. Likewise, station B is outside the transmission range of C. Station A, however, is in the area covered by both B and C. It can hear any signal transmitted by B or C. Assume that station B is sending data to station A. In the middle of this transmission, station C also has data to send to station A. However, station C is out of B's range and transmissions from B cannot reach C. Therefore, C thinks the medium is free. Station C sends its data to A, which results in a collision at A because the station is receiving data from both B and C. In this case, we say that stations B and C are hidden from each other with respect to A. Hidden stations can reduce the capacity of the network because of the possibility of collision. The solution to the hidden station problem is the use of the handshake frames, which are RTS and CTS. The CTS frame in CSMA-CA handshake can prevent collision from a hidden station. Just look at figure 11. Figure 11 shows that the RTS message from B reaches A but not C. However, because both B and C are within the range of A, the CTS message, which contains the duration of data transmission from B to A, reaches C. Station C knows that some hidden station is using the channel and refrains from transmitting until that duration is over. Let us see exposed station problem. Now consider a situation that is the inverse of the previous one, the exposed station problem. In this problem, a station refrains from using a channel when it is in fact available in figure 12. Station A is transmitting to station B. Station C has some data to send to station D, which can be sent without interfering with the transmission from A to B. However, station C is exposed to transmission from A. It hears what A is sending and thus refrains from sending. In other words, C is too conservative and wastes the capacity of the channel. The handshaking messages RTS and CTS cannot help in this case. Despite what you might think, station C hears the RTS from A but does not hear the CTS from B. Station C, after hearing the RTS from A, can wait for a time so that the CTS from B reaches A. It then sends an RTS to D to show that it needs to communicate with D. Both stations B and A may hear this RTS, but station A is in the sending state, not the receiving state. Station B, however, responds with a CTS. The problem is here, if station A has started sending its data, station C cannot hear the CTS from station D. Because of the collision, it cannot send its data to D. It remains exposed until A finishes sending its data.